If you got a problem, I don't care what it is. If you need a hand, I can assure you this.
Ever had a problem that you just couldn't solve, or a dream you wished could come true? The sort of thing that left you desperately seeking someone, anyone, to come to your rescue.
It would sure do me good. Do you good, let me help.
Well, worry no more, because I'm your very own agony aunt, your new best friend, the fairy godmother you've always wanted. I'm Anna, and I'm here to help, and all you have to do is ask.
I can help.
Hi, my name is Carol O'Connor. I'm 30 years of age. I'm from Galway. I work as a production accountant for an independent TV company. Hello, Gay Media. I think I need some help with my flirting skills. I'd love to be a brilliant flirt. I love socialising. And I think that Anna can help me.
Spittle woman Carol hasn't dated in 2 years. In fact, not since she's returned from a year out in Australia. Carol admits she's lacking in confidence. So I travelled west to sort out what's holding her back and help her find that elusive date.
Tell me a typical night out. So you go out. Do you go out with lots of girls, or do you go out, you know, with just one friend, or is there always a gang of you?
I'd go out with about 4 or 5, and it'd be every weekend. And we basically just go to a pub, we stand around, have drinks, have a great laugh, and then go on to a club afterwards.
Do you ever go up and chat to lads?
Normally I wouldn't. I'd be a bit scared, to
What
be honest.
stops you?
I think I'd be afraid to think I was just a complete idiot or something, or
Why?
or that I'd be, I don't know, that they would just tell me to get lost, or you know, that kind of.
Why do you think they'd say that to you?
I guess sometimes I think I'm not pretty enough, or I'm not thin enough, or to be fair, I think I reckon they'd reject me, to be honest, and that's my biggest fear.
It is hard, but I think I would do it. I would.
Would you?
Yeah.
I'd be quite sensitive in that sense.
Okay. But why would you be rejected?
So I don't know.
My feeling is that Carol is a warm and vulnerable woman, but she needs to take more dating risks. So I sent her to a trendy Galway pub to chat up 3 men of my choosing.
It's like, this is the worst thing I've ever had to do.
Really?
Yeah.
Come on now.
Absolutely.
Come on. Right. See that chap over there with the hoodie on? Okay, that's him. Okay. On you go.
Later, in a quiet hotel room, I tracked her progress with life coach Pemo Theodore.
I'm gonna watch some boys.
Here goes.
Holding back.
Sorry. How's it going?
How you doing, Gary? How you doing,
Very
Gary?
nice to meet you. You too.
How you getting on?
Grand. I just nearly tripped there.
Are you nervous? I already got
Absolutely.
Jimmy already as well.
Look at how she's holding her body too. See, and when she keeps moving back,
Keeping a certain distance all
yeah,
the time.
any chance to move back away from him. See, even when she laughs, she's pulling back.
Yeah.
Poor darling.
This is so hard.
It is. It's difficult, but relax. We're talking about the football. If you don't into the
See how warm he is? See how his smile's going out towards her?
You don't seem a bit shy at all.
Oh, I am, yeah. You want to see me in a... I'd probably collapse down the stairs. I'd faint down the stairs, the bottom of the stairs.
The conversation isn't bad. What do you think about?
Yeah, I mean, I think she can talk. She's obviously talking, like she's not freezing up, which is what I heard that is the problem when she is approached with boys. She runs out of conversation. I'd like to see her a bit softer too, when she responds to them as well. Do you notice that about this? Because of the control she's got in her face and her body, obviously. But if she could just be a bit softer, you know, to sort of to receive the person.
Better sit here.
Every time she meets or chats to one of the blokes, she's been very negative. She's saying, "Are you nervous? I'm very nervous.
Are you nervous about doing this?
I'm dying inside. This is the worst thing."
I am just completely shaken now.
And she's putting herself, I think, in quite a negative space.
Yeah, she's boxing herself up. And I know in her heart she wants a different experience, and I don't see why she couldn't have it. I mean, you know, she's a lovely person, obviously, and might have a chat with her and see, you know, what's going on.
Great.
Yeah.
Pemo has spent the morning in a private coaching session with Carol.
Coffee?
Yeah, latte,
Please.
regular coffee and a cappuccino, please. I joined them at lunch and sensed that the time is right to move forward and broach some sensitive issues Carol has been keeping locked up inside. Myself and Carol had a little chat the other day, and you described yourself as not being pretty. When did you start feeling that way?
I think I've felt like that for a long time. I don't know, something just saying to me, Carol, you're not pretty.
When she would go out to meet people, she would not have any real positive experiences. Even if she did get to talk to a guy, they were not positive experiences. And so then my feeling is what would happen then is then she could write any script she wanted to. And they were all negative because she wasn't getting the results her conscious mind wanted. So we could go, I'm not pretty, I can't talk, I'm not sexy enough. I mean, anything, fill in the dotted line, basically.
Now, I know you had a relationship that ended, and it ended because of geographical reasons, logistics, I suppose. And it's unusual that it wasn't a negative relationship, and yet there's still, I don't know, a certain amount of holding on to it. How do you feel about that past relationship?
I mean, I really just want to put it behind me now and kind of not forget it or anything, but just to move forward a bit.
And how will Carol be able to put this relationship behind?
Well, I've suggested that she actually image that relationship, to think about that person maybe every day for the next few weeks, and to actually image that he's in the past. He's physically behind her, so he's not in front of her. And even if he comes into your consciousness during the day, you literally stop and see him go back behind you. And you see the way clear. You see this open path now, and you see this treasure that you're taking with you, which is actually just who you are, the wonderfulness of you, really. That's what you're taking to show the world.
Okay, Carol, I've got another exercise for you here, okay? Where you're going to be going up and approaching young men again, right?
Okay.
So what I've got here is a survey, which is nicely titled Men and Romance Survey.
Okay.
I want you, over the next half an hour, to go up to any man who's around your age group, ask them these questions. Good luck.
What if I just go totally...
What if you go...
If I go totally just blank and just don't want to do this? No, I won't be like that, sorry. I don't even know why I'm asking that.
It won't happen. It
won't happen. Excuse me, sir. Sorry. Can I just talk to you for a second? Excuse me, sir. Would you mind if I asked you a couple of questions?
Sorry, mate, I'm in a hurry.
It's okay. Excuse me. Can I just take 2 minutes of your time, please?
Oh dear, lots of rejection here. But then that's the point, really. Carol is facing her worst fears and doing quite well. She's practicing her social skills, and by the end of the task, she has made progress.
Cool. What's the best type of place to meet a woman? Like pubs, clubs, football matches? Clubs. So where you meet all your women?
Yeah.
I think it's time to consolidate. Carol, over the last couple of days, what are your thoughts? You know, we've had the dummy dates with the 3 lads. How was that for you?
I found it extremely difficult. You know, it was just totally daunting for me, knowing that I was going to be talking to 3 guys that I've never met, and with little or no drink inside me, which is not really the, you know, it's not the norm.
So it was very tough for you?
It was very tough, yeah, I found it quite difficult.
And meeting Pemo and chatting to her and having her pick you apart?
I have to say, I thought she was absolutely brilliant.
Really?
Yeah, yeah, and like I spent like over an hour with her, and I noticed a difference in myself, and I feel pretty good, yeah.
Introducing style guru and fast-talking shopper, Susie Cohen. She's arrived laden with ideas for a new look, Carol. In the bedroom, we discover that Carol's wardrobe has become a graveyard for some seriously dodgy purchases over the years. Join the club, Carol.
The idea is that this t-shirt, whilst you think it might be quite slimming, actually accentuates arms here.
Okay.
It cuts you across here. You've fabulous cleavage, and you should make more use of it. This does absolutely nothing for you, I'm afraid.
Because I see that as hiding all of that.
But you see, there's no reason to hide it. Honestly, there is no reason to hide it. It's just a case of wearing something that makes use of your assets. Their assets. Lots of people would love for those. I think this is one of the most boring items that you'll have in your wardrobe, honestly.
Okay.
Functional, yes, but there's nothing for you. I think the red trousers will have to be binned. I'm going to take them with me. I can appreciate though why you, I mean, the whole idea is when you're young, you love colour, and when you wear these, you probably feel very comfortable because it hides a multitude of sins you think. All it does is call attention to them. All it says is there's me and there's my big bottom in a pair of red trousers.
So when you go in shopping, you know, when you're looking for stuff, what are you thinking?
I go in thinking I want to come out with an outfit that I look good in. And then I go and buy it. Or, yeah, I just go and buy it. Don't try it on.
Why aren't you trying it on?
Do you know what I would do sometimes?
It's just you panic.
I'd put my hand in one sleeve. It would feel tight, no more than a pair of trousers.
Yeah.
I'd put in the one leg. It would feel tight, and
Yeah.
I'd say, no, won't fit. Off.
No, it's practice. It really is practice.
You
And
know.
it's also a bit of knowledge as to what shops work for best. And this is another top. Animal print is fantastic in theory, but you're a brilliant accessory buyer. So leave it to the shoes, the bags, little hits of fashion style. And I think there's loads of clothes out there that can give you a statement, make you feel comfortable, make you feel flattering, and make you feel as sexy as possible.
Do you consider that lovely pink jumper there sexy?
This is, I asked Carol actually what was the things she put on the first thing when she comes home at night, or the first thing that she feels comfortable in, and she produced this. And we said yes, that's a lovely colour, and in theory wool is lovely. Cowl neck desperate for most people. I mean, particularly if you're conscious of your boobs as well. It is going to make the emphasis higher up here. Also, long sleeves, long, very wide at the bottom. You know, you have a fabulous figure. You're sexy.
Are you trying to hide?
I just think my boobs are too big, my arse is too big.
But you have
And,
a classic hourglass figure, shape. I mean, most people in Ireland have a pear shape, where they're smaller on top and they're bigger on the bottom, and they find terrible trouble trying to mix and match clothes. But you have fabulous bust, a waist, and you have hips, and you have long legs. You're well able to wear high heels. You know, you have a kick in your walk anyway. I think, you know, you're just going about it a little bit differently, highlighting the bad bits, or what you think are the bad bits, when really you should be just going, here I am.
There'll be some serious shopping with Susie later, but first I felt it was time Carol branched out and left her cosy life behind. I know two things about her. She doesn't like the outdoors, and she doesn't like being on her own. Dangerous information in the wrong hands, so I've sent Carol here to Killary Harbour on an adventure weekend.
Right, yeah.
Oh my God.
But without the safety net of her friends, I wondered if she would blossom or bomb. Were you worried because you were going on your own?
Absolutely. Yeah, except I never go anywhere on my own. But I think it was actually a good thing, because I just had to go out and meet people. I couldn't just sit there for the weekend and not talk to anyone. Like when I went to do the high ropes, there was me and this other guy. He just sat down beside me, so I started chatting, and I was saying, you know, you've got a really familiar face. I think I've seen you before.
Are you chatting him up?
I wasn't. No, it was
Right,
like I was
okay, 'cause that's
being
the line
genuine,
I
you know.
use.
He was cute, in fairness.
Really? Okay.
Everybody to do it. It was just, I have to say, the best weekend of my life. The way I felt on Sunday was like, I hadn't felt that good in so long. I couldn't sit down for like 5
Really?
minutes.
Were you all excited when
All
you came
excited,
back?
yeah. I feel more happy within myself. I'm getting used to the way I look.
Got it.
I mean, I'm 30 years of age now, and I suppose I wish I'd felt like this all the time.
What are we doing here today?
Well, Carol has got some bad shopping habits, and I want her to overcome them. I want her to break them. So what I'm going to do today is the three of us are going to go inside. Carol's going to pick an outfit that she would think is appropriate for her. You and I will pick an outfit for her, and out of the 3 outfits, I'm sure we'll find something that's appropriate.
That looks great.
Really? How do you
That
feel in
looks
that?
great. I don't feel very comfortable in the trousers. I like them. I really like them.
This is an office look, and it's very, very smart. But I think you can get away with something else a little bit more exciting.
I think Carol may be right about the trousers, but the jumper was a good choice by her. A respectable 6 out of 10.
Hi, Carol.
Hi.
How'd you get on? Not comfy.
No, not at all.
No,
I
no.
actually
See
like
the
the
way you're
trousers.
pulling out.
As you can see, I am not a style guru, although I am the first to admit it.
I told you I'm rubbish. You know.
And of course, Susie gets it just right with this cool ensemble. Our girl looks great.
I think that's lovely. And you do great. Do you feel comfortable in it?
I do. I love it. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I feel really good in it.
I think it looks good.
And
I think you're brilliant
I
in
feel
it.
like a woman. You know what I'm doing?
Yeah.
Later, Carol will venture out on a manhunt in this outfit. But first, she needs some flirting tips from a true expert. Enter top-selling novelist and girly girl, Morag Prunty. Right, Morag, why all the feathers?
Well, the feathers are really about, I think what we need to do with Carol is to get in touch a bit more with her feminine side and just try and bring that out a bit.
Okay. As you play around with a pair of pants there.
Play around with a pair of pants.
What's the underwear situation like at home?
It wouldn't be absolutely fantastic or anything. Wouldn't normally go for that.
Yeah.
But
Well,
just looking at it now looks
looks
good
kind of
you know,
cute.
yeah, it does, absolutely.
Now, Morag, you said earlier on that Carol has a lovely, husky, sexy voice, but
Yeah.
it's just a bit too quick.
Yeah. How would you greet me?
Hi, how's it going?
Right. Okay. Slow it down a bit.
Hi, how's it going?
Hi.
Hi,
That's better. How's it going?
how's it going?
Pull going out. Going.
Hi, how's it going? I can't do it. Hi. Jesus. I just sound dreadful there.
Go on, Annie. You have a go.
Hi. My name's James Bond. Hi, how's it going? I want to assure you that no drink was taken at this point. It's just more like getting us in touch with our bodies via a bit of catwalk sashaying. And then there's some very pragmatic advice from the bathroom. Ooh, I'm knackered.
None of us have the body that we want. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we can train ourselves to want the body that we have.
I've always wanted, you know, the perfect legs and the perfect boobs and the perfect everything.
Well, newsflash,
So,
honey.
you know-
no one has that.
Yeah.
You know, none of the supermodels have the bodies that no one has the body that they want. It's just an attitude of mine. And I'm here to tell you, you have a great body. Can I just say on camera that you are like a double D E cup? And that is a really fantastic thing to be. You should have that printed on a T-shirt, honey. Wow, how lucky am I? I'm going to look after you, bubbies.
Absolutely.
Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, girls,
okay.
we've done loads of talking, a little bit of dancing. I think we need to go out and do some flirting.
Yeah. Okay. You
Okay.
ready?
Cool. Yeah, absolutely.
With our heads bursting, we leave the hotel for the next development. Now Carol has to put all she's learned into practice and find a date for next weekend. It's going to be a long night. To ease her in, I've set up a pre-flirt experience at a photographic exhibition. Events like this are a great alternative to the pub. Everyone is sober, to begin with anyway. And there's a ready-made icebreaker for the shy, retiring flirt.
I'm hoping to join a camera club. Yeah.
And just look at Carol. The girl is doing very well. Lots of eye contact and a nice relaxed mouth. I feel like a proud mother. But I hope I haven't spoken too soon. It quickly becomes apparent to me that our second venue isn't going to be so easy to crack. And poor Carol is definitely in the weeds.
Dude, I cannot do this. I can't do this. I know, really just don't know, I have to say.
Despite her difficulties, Carol manages to make a few sorties into the enemy camp.
Would you fancy going on a date with me next Thursday night?
Next Thursday night.
Just for dinner. It'll be a great night.
I can't really. There's actually a girl coming back, and believe it or not, Wednesday from Spain.
Call the paramedics. There's a woman dying here. I'm not sure I can take much more, and I'm only watching.
On Thursday night, if she comes back Wednesday night.
Fair enough.
But Carol kept going, and many humiliating hours later, she found a man.
Jesus, I have to say, you know, I admire you for just like taking 10 minutes out.
Yeah, no, she.
The lovely Dominic will be her date next week.
I say one thing to you. You bigger balls than me now. We're doing the whole lot, like.
We all heave a collective sigh of relief and run.
How was that for you? Can I guess?
Yeah, go on.
Was it really, really difficult?
Yeah, absolutely. The hardest thing I've ever done.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. I felt the times totally rejected. I wanted to cry at that time.
Did you really?
Yeah, absolutely. That's being totally honest.
We saw you going out there, okay, and looking beautiful and looking really sexy and confident, and you chatted to loads of people. Unfortunately, you had to come up against a lot of people who didn't even speak English, and a lot of people are absolutely schmolled. But she did fantastic, didn't she?
I think that the lesson we need to learn from tonight is that you shone. You were fantastic, and that you were a jewel in a really, really bad environment. And even if that's not how you felt inside, you were able to project that image, and that's really, really important. So well done! Well done! Well done!
Are you nervous?
No. I was on record to this.
The day of the date has arrived, and after a few chats with Pemo, Carol is back on track. This is supposed to be the fun bit, but I feel there may be tears before bedtime.
How are you getting on?
Actually, this is quite good. New Carol is more assertive in her opinions, and hairdresser Ronan seems nonplussed in the middle of it all.
She feels she's going to have to get used to it.
Yeah.
It's different, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
It's very different. And you're used to your curls.
Back at home, Pemo and I share a lovely moment with our glamorous protégé.
Now, today I noticed, I think you were feeling a little bit emotional.
I was actually worse this morning than I was the first day that it started.
And why is that?
I don't know, I was kind of thinking about it, and I was thinking maybe after today, you know, all my support as such is going to be gone, like, and it's basically up to myself then to put myself forward. And I think that's mainly the reason why I was feeling a bit sad.
Even though everyone in the crew and we won't be actually physically present anymore, that everyone will all hold the focus in their hearts of this new life for her. And also she knows that she can contact me anytime to have another little bit of a boost if she needs that. Because I do think a lot has happened for her very quickly, and that is not the norm. Usually it would take quite a few months to get to this point. What I'd really love to see is that she doesn't lose that ground and that foundation.
I don't think you will.
I don't think I will.
Yeah.
I have it in my head now that I'm going to.
And you can reach out for support when you need it. Watch out, world.
Come on, let's have a toast.
Cheers to Carol and her life.
Thank you.
It's time for Carol and Dominic's date, and Carol really seems to be enjoying her newfound confidence.
It's like Only Fools and Horses. My brother has every single tape.
He really cracks me up. He's the king.
Brilliant. Yeah. Brilliant, yeah. The king.
Did you enjoy yourself this evening?
Yes, I had a wonderful night.
You look like you were having a brilliant time.
I was nervous at first, but once Donna came in, you know, sat down for a chat, and it was brilliant.
How did you find being asked out by a girl?
I absolutely thought she was brilliant to actually have the courage to do that.
Carol's really taken on Morag's advice. She's visibly more feminine and relaxed. But did it work on Dominic?
And I know you had a chat with her a couple of weeks ago. You know, did you see a difference from them from then and now?
Definitely, yeah. So she's going to have some fun, that one. She's whatever for her. She's going to have some crack.
Do you like her?
Yeah, she's great crack.
And any chance that you might see each other in the
You
future?
never know, you never know.
You're not saying anything?
No, I'm going to leave it at that, yeah.
Thank you.
How did you find the whole experience?
I found it quite difficult at first. A lot of things were difficult about it, but overall, it was absolutely fantastic. I learned loads. I feel so much better in myself. I have a lot more confidence. I like myself better, which is really important to me.
Do you really?
Yeah, absolutely. And I would recommend it any woman just to go out there and do what you, anything that you have a fear of doing. Just get out there and do it.
Brilliant.
Because if you really want to do something, you can do it.
So they're happy for you as well.
You know.
They're cheering you on. Okay, let's go for a drink.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Next week...
If you can dance, if you can dance.
Who would have thought dancing could give one man so much grief?
You could just see this pained expression on his face, with hands in the pocket, and he was just didn't want to be there. He just didn't want to do it.
So I have to slip on my dancing shoes to help him find the beat. But will there be murder on the dance floor, or will Norman get into the groove?
Well done. How was that?
Strange.
Was it?
If you have something that you need help with and you want to take part in the show, then call 01 4100 845 or visit the Ask Anna website.